What I'm going to do today is something called addition of integers. We're going to start with a simple thing by saying that if it's red, we're going to say it's negative. If it's yellow, because that's the color most people use, if it's yellow, we're going to say it's positive. And you or me, it's going to be a very slow moving lesson. However, if you understand the process, the rest falls into place and you'll get a better understanding of integers. Let's say I gave you a simple example like 3 plus 1. And yes, you learned it when you were about this tall. Well, probably underneath the screen now. But 3 plus 1 we know is 4. Let's look at what it really means. I have 3 positives. I add to it 1 positive. And lo and behold, what do I have altogether? 4 positives. So the answer will be 4. Now let's look at it if I would do the same thing in negative. What is negative 2 plus negative 3? Well, negative 2 means I have 2 red discs. And if I add to it 3 red discs, what do I have altogether? I now have 5 red discs. I'll put these 3 here, these 2 here, and these 3 here. And notice we have 5 red discs. This is real easy. I'm not giving you rules of negative and negative, positive, positive, negative. I'm not going to confuse you with that. I want you to understand the process first, and then through understanding the process, you'll take ownership of the rules yourself. Now let's look at another piece. Let's say you owe someone $1 and you paid it back. Now you owe nothing. Let's say you went down 1 flight of steps and then up 1 flight. You're at the same point that you started with. So what I'm really saying is that 1 red and 1 yellow will be equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Now when you have a red and a yellow, they cancel each other out. Well, let's look at how this works with working with integers. I know you learned a certain set of rules. I'm not looking at the set of rules. Let's say I have 4 red, negative 4, plus 2. This means I have 4 red and then I add to it 2 yellow and what do I have now? What's the net result? Well, I know the red and the yellow is 0, so let's cancel that and cancel this, and what are you ultimately left with? You're ultimately going to be left with 2 red. And if that's the case, you're left with negative 2. I want to point out I did not say a negative and a positive give you that rules. I want you to understand the process. Let's try it again with another example. Let's say I said negative 4 plus 5. Again, I'm going to go through the process. 4 red. And I'm going to add to it 5 yellow. And the net result will be, look, a red and the yellow cancel out. Cancel, cancel. Look what I'm ultimately left with. I'm left with 1 yellow, which is positive 1. And that's all there is with addition of integers.